Hi, my name's Meabh and I'm the Outcome Specialist with the Pathway team in early years. And I'm going to talk to you very briefly today about outcomes thinking, and hopefully by the end of this video you'll be able to see how this approach could help you navigate this changed world that we find ourselves in. So we'll start at the start. What is an outcome? Very simply put, it is the difference that you make. For example, children are more independent or children are happier. In a PSEEP setting, one of the key outcomes or impacts of your work is that children are ready to transition to school. That will remain a key impact this year. However, how you work towards this impact in the coming year may look and feel quite different. The resources that you have, the activities that you want to take, the short-term outcomes that happen may be different, or they may happen at different times of the year than they normally would. So please, over the next couple of months, take the time to reflect and plan for this incoming year. We would hope that an outcomes approach can provide a good structure for you to do this. So what I'm going to do now is talk you through a slide which highlights outcomes thinking. So what we have here is a situation and context on the left-hand side and the impact on the right-hand side. And this is what we start with all the time. Add as much detail to the situation and context as you like. This is quite generic, and I'm not an early years specialist, so all of this is just about highlighting outcomes thinking. And once you've done that, you go to your impact. And once you've your impact, you start to think about what small steps or small outcomes will lead to that big impact. And you break it down bit by bit. So one outcome which may lead to that impact is that children are settled or children feel safe and secure in the setting. And once you've decided on the outcome, you will then start to think about what activities do we need to undertake to achieve that outcome. Examples may be building relationships, communication, play. Again, the detail is up to you and what is appropriate for your setting. And once you've completed all the activities which you will need to undertake to achieve that outcome, you start thinking about what resources you will need to undertake those activities. Some examples that I came up with were staff, space, and technology. Again, fill this in as appropriate. I would hope that you can see how this thinking can contribute to the development of work plans. And now once all of this is in place and you're doing your work, you'll want to know, how successful are you being? Are children safe? Do they feel settled? And that's where measurement comes into place. For those of you familiar with HighScope and the PQA, this may help you judge how successful you are in achieving this outcome. For those of you that don't have access to that tool, you can use observations and parental feedback to judge where you are in your journey of change. And when you've gathered all of this information, you need to take some time to reflect and assess, to think about what difference has been made. What have you learned and what would you do differently? Are the children settled? Would there be more or less communication with parents in the future? How will you change your approach to play? They're all important learning points. So you can use this the same approach for any outcomes which you think will lead to your ultimate impact of children are ready to transition to school, or other impacts which are relevant to your setting. So I'd like to thank you for taking the time to listen to this brief introductions to outcome thinking. I hope it will help you as you start to reflect on the changes and what they mean, and plan for the future and how you can best achieve the outcomes for children in the circumstances in which we now find ourselves.